Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on this show, and I'm here to talk about the Kentucky Wildcats, the Kentucky coaching search. Not last long, about a few hours after I uploaded that video of who should Kentucky hire. Well, didn't take long, less than 24 hours after Mark Stoops was removed from his post. Kentucky has found his successor. According to Ross Dellinger, Oregon offensive coordinator Will Stein will be the Wildcats' next head coach. The sides are expected to finalize an agreement soon. So Will Stein, the Oregon offensive coordinator, will be coming over to Lexington, Kentucky, be the next coach. What? Fuck this shit. Stein is a Louisville native who led Trinity to 3 state titles. He walked on at U of L, eventually played his way into a starting role, even though he wore red for a few years. He comes from a Kentucky football family. His father, Matt, played for Jerry Claiborne and beat Tennessee in Neyland Stadium. Steins have been season ticket holders ever since. Now they'll get to watch their son coach the Kentucky Wildcats. I grew up a diehard Cats fan. Actually, my dad played there, so I went to the Commonwealth, to every game at Commonwealth Stadium. I grew up in really SEC football. Will Stein owned 3 Andy Staples prior to the 2024 season. Per Pete Nakos and CeeLo FB on the report, Kentucky's hiring offensive coordinator Will Stein. They're from On 3 Sports. Very excited, man. I feel it's going to be a hell of a hire. Once his playing career ended, I'll give a background of him. He followed Charlie Strong to Texas. After working as an analyst for 2 years, he bet on himself by moving to high school football in 2018 to call plays. It was a big risk that paid dividends. During the 2 seasons at Texas powerhouse Austin Lake Travis, he recruited, called plays for a team that went. He called plays for a team that went 26-4, including guys like Garrett Wilson, who went to Ohio State, now with the New York Jets. Jeff Traylor brought Stein onto his UTSA staff. He was actually on UTSA in 2019. Ever since he put on a Roadrunners hat, he has not stopped ascending. During his final season in San Antonio, UTSA ranked in the top 15 in scoring offense, passing offense, and total offense. The numbers have been even better in Eugene, Oregon. In 3 years as Dan Lanning's play caller, he's had 3 different top 15 offenses with 3 different quarterbacks: Bo Nix, Dylan Gabriel, and Dante Moore. This year's his offense ranks 9th nationally in points per game, 38.2, and 13th in yards per game, 465.2. He's been a part of 2 conference title teams, and his quarterbacks produce big numbers every season. So he's an innovative play caller who integrates pro-style concepts into a spread offense. That can sound like mumbo jumbo. He keeps it simple with one motto: feed the studs. You can watch a YouTube video of Oregon offensive coordinator Will Stein. Feed the studs. He's a former quarterback who can develop quarterbacks, something that hasn't happened at Kentucky in a long time. The Wildcats' last 3,000-yard passer was Mike Hartline. 2010. Cutter Bowley showed plenty of promise in his first years at Kentucky, threw over 2,160 yards on 66% passing with 17 total touchdowns. On Monday, he said he was caught off guard by the decision to fire Stoops. He says, "I think I'm just moving forward. I'm trying to find the best place, wherever that may be, whether it's here, say Bowley, or wherever I can, kind of showcase what I can do in the best system for me." That system might just be the one that feeds the studs with Will Stein at Kentucky, but we'll see with Cutter Bowley. But that's really the shit there from the article. So I want to talk more about this. At Oregon, Will Stein, Oregon RPO. Some things: shift to unbalance. 2, they motion the other way. And 3, they run the slip RPO the other direction. He has excellent play designs. And glad he's at Kentucky. A group of Cats fans. He's a really damn good offensive coordinator. Oregon's offense has been up there the last 3 years. And take 3 minutes to learn about. Now watch this little video here. Take 3 minutes to learn about Kentucky, the new Kentucky head coach Will Stein, his offensive philosophy. Put 6 things down. 1, be the most physical team on the field, which Kentucky has really failed to do the last few years in most games. Be the most physical team on the field. utilize your best players. 2, 3 downfield shots, which sometimes we do those, but they don't connect because our quarterbacks can't really do that. Well, Cutter Bowley did at times. Mixed tempos and formations at 4, 5, be prepared for every situation at 6, trick plays. It sounds a lot better than run bubble screen till your arm falls off. This is really refreshing. And I've watched Oregon play, so I know what their offense is like under Will Stein. And he also said the system is molded to fit the best players on the team, not the other way around. So I'm really excited to see. The commits are really excited as well, so I'm excited to see what Kentucky will do to add their coordinators, with their OC and DC and GM. We'll figure that out at some point. But I love the hire. He's the first Power 4 head coach vacancy going to a coordinator. You can create an offensive identity. And he's finished the season at Oregon, so Oregon fans don't have to worry about that. He's finishing the season there. But they get an offensive identity, a proven QB developer, and some upside in a young mind that's been groomed in one of the game's best organizations the last few years. And kudos for trying something different. We'll just have to see. We'll just see if it works out. Really hope it does, because he's a Kentucky native. And for Kentucky fans that may not watch Oregon or know about Will Stein, for information on his offense and ability to create points, you should look at the last month of Oregon football. Down receiver 1, 2, and 4, plus multiple O-line injuries, and he adjusts the offense to score points. Games in the rain, on the road, very controlled on offense. Continued to have success, and that's what he does best. He uses the weapons he's got to score. There's no way you go. One game it's a heavy run, next game it's the pass. There's balance and creativity. Development of talent, he developed Bo Nix and now Dante Moore. And really Dylan Gabriel last year. The pass game is West Coast concepts. Read the triangle, it's very NFL based. And finally, Kentucky's finally not going to do halfback draws and probably bubble screens on 3rd and forever. I'm excited for the offensive aspect. We'll just see who they hire as the defensive coordinator. And he'll run some screen plays, probably like 3rd downs, but they're not going to be too predictable. But we'll see who they hire as their defense coordinator. Definitely need a strong defense coordinator to complement the offensive mind. And the commits, Oregon and Kentucky commits reacted to the hiring, and I can't wait to see the offense he's bringing. Good ass hire. And we'll see which Oregon players will follow Will Stein over there. Kentucky commits are already reacting to his hire as head coach. Ben Duncombe, 3-star edge. I think the rest of the commits are going to say for sure. I know Matt really wants to say, and so do a few others. I'm sure they'll get some other guys that could flip over. And we'll see after the season's over which other players they could want. Because, he's developed QBs like Bo Nix, Dylan Gabriel, Dante Moore. I'm sure he can develop other guys, too. But his quickie stat profiles and offensive coordinator, the program ties and QB development are obvious, but this is why he was hired. UTSA points per drive, 12th, Oregon 2023 1st, 2024 5th, 2025 4th. Really just successful in every year he's coached, and he's since 2023, Oregon has had top 10 graded offenses each season. I think it's a A+ hire. Great recruiter, talented offensive mind, and can grow the program. Just love the hire, and they will finally, to me, depending on who they get during this off season, the other coaches and the players, I think they'll really finally have an exciting offense to watch. I'm not saying they're going to put up 30, 40 points per game, but I think it'll be just a more exciting offense to watch. And I think an early name to watch for their offensive coordinator spot, once Hamden's gone, is Justin Burke, the offensive coordinator of UTSA. Remember, he was on I think those two were on the UTSA coaching staff. I think he will bring a QB with him, whether it's like that JKS kid from California or an Oregon backup. I think that's something to monitor. It depends. Are they going to keep Is Cutter Bowley going to stay? You just have to keep an eye on that. But Coach Will Stein, one of the brightest young minds in sport, grew up a diehard Kentucky fan, made it clear through back channels from day one that he wanted this job. Everything you're looking for to begin a new era, he's the man for the job, and it's official. It was official. Pete Thamel, Ross Dellinger on 3 announced it. And it's a huge coup. I think he'll be a stud. I'm not saying next year, Kentucky, they're going to the playoffs. But I think it's a very good hire. And I think their offense will be more fun to watch. And their schedule, it's tough for 2026, don't get me wrong. I've already looked at their schedule. It's tough, but I still believe in it for next year. Just see what they do during this, when the season's over, see what they do in the off season. But yeah, that's all to say. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace, and leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments below.